Yeah. Hi everybody.
Hello everyone.
I'm just going to little announcement to make.
Good news.
Yeah. I have finally ordered the very first copy of Volume 2 of my autobiography. Now it's not available yet to purchase because this is like a trial copy I've bought to read through for one final time and make any minor corrections that might need proofread it. Just make sure everything is kind of as I want it to be. And when I finally done that, I only just picked up the book yesterday from the post office, so I've kind of just started it. So it may take me a couple of weeks to get through it. And when it's ready, I'll be announcing it. I'll announce it on our YouTube channel. But one thing that I have decided is that this is by far the thickest book that I've written so far. It's well over 500 pages, and although I've only had it for a day and a half, I have already noticed that the spine of it and that is kind of starting to get worn just through me browsing through it and reading through it. So I have decided that I'm going to split it into 2 volumes because I feel like it's unwieldy having it so thick. So I'm going to split it into 2 different volumes and publish them both. I'll probably read through, and when I feel like it's time to cut to Volume 2, I'll try and get that published so that Volume 1 will be out there, and then Volume 2 will be maybe a couple of weeks later. So that's great news that I wanted to share with you all. And yeah, I just thought I'd perhaps read you a little passage from it. So I'll just pick out a page at random and start reading.
I like to listen when Mango reads.
Yeah.
He reads for me also the children's stories from Czech books that's in his learning Czech.
Yeah, I do. I try and read to her in Czech.
And I love it.
Yeah. I'll read this little story about a snake that I had an encounter with in France. One job I undertook regularly was to release into the wild any mice that were caught in the humane mouse traps that were placed around the house and barn. There was a never-ending supply of them, mice I mean. I would tie the traps to the back of my bicycle and bike a few kilometres into the forest and then release them. One morning I went to inspect the traps. The biggest one of them was 2-chambered, where mice would go into one inescapable chamber and then into a second which had the food in it. This trap would sometimes have more than one mouse in it. On this particular morning the food chamber was occupied, only not by a mouse, but a grass snake. I'm pretty sure he must have gone inside to eat a mouse that was trapped in there, and then found himself unable to exit. Snakes were unwelcome visitors to the property too, so I loaded the cage on the back of my bike and rode into the forest. The track was a rocky, bumpy ride, and when I stopped at my release spot, a fetid stench rose up from the cage. The snake had seemingly gotten travel sickness and thrown up in the cage. A weird, funky lime slime. After I released him, hissing into the forest leaves, I noticed a miniature green hand with long, spooky fingers laying on the floor of the cage. Boy, was I stunned. The first thought that crossed my mind was that the snake had swallowed a mythical forest creature. An elf or a pixie, maybe. Yeah, I know, I'm a daydreamer. But after the shock wore off, I figured it must have been a foot from one of the many green lizards which lived in the area. Because it had been inside the stomach of the snake, the acids of which had begun working on it, it looked eerily elongated and wrinkled, and more like a withered old hand with gnarly fingers than a foot of a lizard. I'll stop there. I'll perhaps read a bit more some other time. Thanks for listening.
Also, I like to congratulate Mango for finishing, not fully, but this is the very exciting part for Ota to bring this first print home. So, you know, this is now the final corrections, and I'm very excited for you, Mango, because I know I live with Mango since he started writing. So every book he wrote, is when yeah,
Yeah,
since he's with me.
of course, of course.
So I'm witnessing that, and I am really privileged to see the process of it within the mango,
Yeah.
and how he lives through it and
Yeah.
everything, and we share few things about the process, especially more so since I also, well, I write my book already 20 years, believe it or not, but I have these blocks that I have a big problem to go back to it. But believe it or not, I have most of it done. But this is now about Mango. But Mango helping me by writing his books, because sometimes I tell him, you know, I feel like it's all rubbish. And he said, that's normal, you know. So he encouraged me in that way, that every writer has those moments.
There's self-doubt.
Self-doubt.
Yeah. And I go through it too. You know, I look at it and think, oh, I don't know. This particular volume has taken me, I don't know, at least 4 years to write, and there has been many times that I've pushed it aside and not touched it for months on end.
Yes.
Because I just had enough of it, really. And the bigger it got, the more unwieldy it got for me editing it too, because each time I would push it aside, I would have to read it from the beginning again to find out kind of what I'd said and what I hadn't said. Because it's not only, it is predominantly about my life, but it's also, as with volume 1, it's got a lot of the insight that I've experienced as my life progressed.
That's right, that is part of your life.
It is part of my life, but it's kind of like, instead of talking about what I was doing on a particular time, I'm talking about what I was, the revelations that I had, and sharing those with you. So it's got a lot of that, just like it's in the same kind of format as volume 1, which is already published. Volume 1, by the way, is the first 31 years of my life, from age 0 to 31, and this volume 2 is from age 32 to, from age 32 to just a few months ago, age 62, yeah, 31 to 62, something like that, the next 3 decades.
And I didn't read it yet, and I'm so excited to do so. I think that Mango finishes this. Yeah. And I can't wait. I love all Mango's books.
Yeah. I don't like to share my books with her until they're finished, because I always feel like I wanted to read it when it's done, not when it's kind of like half done, because I feel like she maybe would be, I don't know, think, oh, I read this bit already and jump over it or something, whereas I wanted to read it when I feel like it's done. Although, to be honest, my books are never done. They're all works in progress. Even now I can pick up Destination Eden, the first book that I wrote, and open it randomly and start reading it and think, oh, I'm going to change that. And I'll change bits and pieces in it and then republish it again. So the Destination Eden has gone through, I don't know, over 50 different incarnations since I published it, where I'm always like tweaking it and adding little bits and pieces and changing things.
And this can be done forever.
Yeah,
that's what I'm learning.
It can be done forever.
Because, for example, I write 2 books at once.
Yeah.
And now I concentrating only one book to finish one and then work another one. And I take forever starting again.
Yeah.
For that reason. Yeah. And each time I read it, I do big changes. So if you really want, you can keep doing this forever. And I listen sometimes interview with other authors, and they say, actually I can do this forever, so I can really relax to it.
Yeah.
But there is a day you must stop it.
Yeah.
At least to publish it, and then
you've got to at some point. And I'm just itching to stop this one, because I've had enough of it, really.
It must come to that point when you say that.
And I feel like when I finally can push this aside, I'll probably take a break from writing. But I do plan on writing children's stories and writing more poetry, because I kind of enjoy writing my poetry. And I've got a lot of poetry which I haven't published on YouTube. I have published some of it, but I'd like to put it all into a book and have some nice little pictures in there as well and things. Anyway, that's that news we're sharing with you, and yeah.
That's a very good news.
Yeah.
Because believe me, write book. I said, I'm going to write book, that's easy. Just sit down and write a side talk.
Yeah.
It doesn't work that way. It's a huge work.
Yeah, it is a lot of work.
And it's interesting work.
Yeah.
And I think it's also good work for the self to grow.
Yeah.
It helps.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Yeah.
leave it on you.
Yeah,
This is
I
your
think no, we'll end now, and we wish you
celebration.
again once more pleasant weekend and a pleasant week.
And don't forget celebrate every day. Don't celebrate only at Christmas and Easter or what have you, your birthdays. Every day should be celebrated.
Yeah.
Every day we should be thankful for and celebrate it. We're going to celebrate now when we finish with a beautiful fruit for our first meal of the day.
Yep.
It's 11 in the morning. We love you, and don't forget growing that love in your heart, and we're looking forward to see you again. And thank you for all your beautiful comments and all new members. Be happy to see every new person come in, and be happy to see every good positive comment. So
Thank
very
you. Thank you.
thankful.
Yeah.
Okay, see you next time.
Ciao.
Ciao, ciao.